The criminal trial of four-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Stefon Diggs concluded on May 5, 2026, in a Norfolk County District courtroom in Dedham, Massachusetts. After a rapid two-day trial, a jury found the 32-year-old former New England Patriots star not guilty of felony strangulation and misdemeanor assault and battery charges. The charges stemmed from an alleged physical interaction with his former live-in personal chef, Jamila Mila Adams, inside his mansion on December 2, 2025. The exhaustive breakdown of the allegations, the explosive courtroom testimonies, and how the defense dismantled the prosecution's case covers several critical areas. Taking the stand on May 4, 2026, Jamila Adams shed light on a highly unconventional employer-employee relationship. According to her testimony, the two first connected on Instagram in December 2022 and developed a close friendship. Adams admitted under oath that their dynamic became sexual long before she took a job with him. In February 2025, Diggs officially hired Adams for $2,000 a week to manage his nutrition during what he considered his NFL comeback year. By July 2025, she had moved full-time into his Dedham residence. Adams noted that this arrangement overlapped with Diggs' highly public relationship with rapper Cardi B, which initially made her hesitant to report her sexual relationship with Diggs to the police. The accusation, what allegedly happened on December 2nd. The prosecution's case centered entirely on a heated argument on December 2, 2025, according to Adams. The friction peaked when she realized she was being left off an upcoming team and staff trip to Miami for the Art Basel Expo. She had reportedly already planned matching outfits with Cardi B, and believed she was excluded due to internal staff drama involving another woman in Diggs' circle. Adams testified that the argument escalated via text message before Diggs aggressively entered her bedroom. She claimed Diggs demanded, "What was all that shit you was talking?" before slapping her across the face with an open hand. She further alleged that he placed her in a tight headlock using the crook of his elbow, choking her to the point where she struggled to breathe, feared she would black out, and involuntarily wet herself from terror. Diggs' defense attorneys, led by Andrew Kettlewell and Mitchell Schuster, aggressively went on the offensive, framing the case as a textbook money grab orchestrated by a disgruntled employee who had been fired and sent home. The defense effectively dismantled Adams's credibility using digital evidence. Adams originally walked into the police station on December 16, 2025, 2 weeks after the alleged incident, claiming the assault happened during a dispute over 3 weeks of unpaid wages. However, the defense produced wire transfers and text messages proving she had already received a $5,000 payment covering that exact time frame. The defense revealed that Adams initially demanded $19,000 from Diggs weeks before the criminal trial began. Her civil representation sent a massive $5.5 million settlement demand to Diggs' team. When pressed on the $5.5 million figure on the witness stand, Adams repeatedly evaded the questions, stating, "I can't speak on that and I don't understand the question." Under a grueling cross-examination, Adams was forced to admit she had curated her evidence and deleted text messages containing derogatory language toward Diggs before handing her phone over to the police. In a highly dramatic moment on day 2, Adams blurted out that Diggs had offered her $100,000 to recant her statement to law enforcement. Following a swift sidebar, Judge John Marie Carroll ordered the comment entirely struck from the record as non-responsive and severely admonished Adams, warning her that her entire testimony would be thrown out if she continued trying to inject her own unverified narratives. What ultimately sealed Diggs' acquittal was the absolute lack of physical evidence paired with the testimonies of people who saw Adams immediately after the alleged attack. The responding police officer testified that while Adams was crying at the station, he observed 0 visible injuries, redness, or marks on her neck, nor did the state take any photographic evidence. Furthermore, Diggs' chief of staff, his massage therapist, a visiting floor nurse, and his hairstylist all testified that they interacted with Adams on or shortly after December 2nd. None of them observed a single scratch, swelling, or behavioral change. In fact, the chief of staff testified that on the day of the alleged assault, Adams was calmly walking around the house looking for a pen to write a card for Diggs's birthday gift. The final blow came when the defense played a cell phone video captured days after the alleged strangulation. The video showed Adams staying at a colleague's apartment, smiling, laughing, and dancing to music. The witness who shot the video admitted to the jury that Adams' behavior was entirely inconsistent with someone who had just survived a near-fatal assault. Even the prosecution team recognized that their witness had failed to convince the courtroom. In his closing statements, Norfolk Assistant District Attorney Drew Virtue admitted to the jury, "Was Miss Adams a perfect witness? No. She was argumentative, avoidant, difficult." He argued that the severe power imbalance between a wealthy, celebrity boss and a domestic employee explained her erratic behavior. The argument fell flat. The jury deliberated for just 90 minutes before returning double not guilty verdicts. Diggs, who had remained silent throughout the trial and opted not to testify, visibly wept with relief as the verdict was read. The trial has had a devastating impact on Diggs' football career. Despite recording 1,013 receiving yards for the Patriots in 2025, New England abruptly released him in March 2026 as the felony charges loomed. While he is now completely exonerated legally, he remains an unsigned free agent as the NFL continues an independent review of the situation under its personal conduct policy.
If you have watched this video to this point,
please drop a comment, like, share, and subscribe.